Awesome. And so I think we're kind of chit-chatting about this like right before, but I know that you've been getting a lot of downloads, and you have been noticing that you have the ability to channel, and a lot of people are starting to go in that direction. Just kind of want your viewpoint on that, and if you're going to start going in that direction in your teachings as well.
Yeah, so I think everybody channels in one way or another, whether they realize it or not. So, for example, when you're talking with some friends and there's a name of a person or a restaurant that you want to say, but like you can't quite remember their name and it's on the tip of your tongue, and then like you give up, and then 15 minutes later, you're on a completely different topic, and all of a sudden that name just pops in your mind out of the blue, right? I think you've experienced, and a lot of
Right.
people have experienced that. I think that's channeling, right?
Okay.
So I think my definition of channeling is any piece of information that comes into you that's not necessarily something you've kind of computed with your analytical mind. So
Okay.
I think we have two sources of internal information or knowledge. One is the mind, which is does the analytics, which has memory, that kind of thing. And then there's our higher mind or our inner being or source, where when we're in alignment and when we're connected to source, and not in the energy of struggle or pushing against or effort, that's when those things can flow, right? And I know information comes from that place when it kind of comes out of the blue. So if I'm driving my car, admiring the beautiful scenery out the window, not even thinking about my businesses, all of a sudden a business idea pops into my head.
Mhm.
That I know is channeled information because it wasn't something that I was currently in my state of awareness that I was focusing on. So to me, that's my definition of channeling. And what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing, especially in the last year and a half,
Mhm.
is more and more people are waking up to the awareness of channeling, not just the type of channeling I just described,
Right.
but similar to the channeling that Abraham Hicks does or Bashar does, or all of these well-known channelers, where the conscious mind is checked out. And while that conscious mind is checked out, a stream of information can continue to flow. And what I think is happening is those of us who practice these teachings, our vibration is elevating. And as our vibration elevates, and a lot of people who come into the collective, they'll notice that when they clear a lot of their baggage, when their vibration starts to raise, they experience more synchronicities, they experience more inner guidance. And that's because as your vibration raises, you get closer to those higher frequencies where that information comes from, right?
Sure, where it flows
When it
better.
flows. So what happens is the higher your vibe, and let's use spirit guides as an example. So
Okay.
if the vibration of a spirit guide is here and you're here, as you raise your vibration, it can somewhat lower its vibration to a place where you can both kind of hear each other.